It's been fun. I talked to just a bunch of guys walking out the field, and we've had some really good times here. Like you said, Rose Bowl and Pac-12 championship, and when you got to go to the Cotton Bowl, and we've won some cool games, and it's been fun. And I don't think that this game necessarily reflects on our entire career here as seniors. So, but it's pretty crazy that it's over with.
So what's the process now as far as preparing for the NFL?
I'm gonna go home and relax for about 7, 8, 9 days. Probably hunt a little bit, just kind of enjoy, take my mind off of football, and then get going right away. I think a blessing in disguise is that we are done early. I got a full month off. While some people are so worried about football, I got to get prepared for what's next to come. So I'm trying to find a balance of being productive and getting better right away, but also giving my body a little break and making sure that these next, because it's you don't really get a break. So I'm trying to, while I get a little bit of time off, and I'm gonna take it and utilize it a little bit.
And seeing Alabama, Ohio State, it's great programs in your time here. Where does this Notre Dame team kind of fall from your perspective?
Great team. I think I'm excited to see what they do with the next couple of weeks. It's always fun getting to play against these. Notre Dame. It's fun. They're competitive and they're a great core team. And but yeah, I look back and we've played Ohio State and Alabama. Play Notre Dame every year. I played probably one of the best Stanford teams ever with Christian McCaffrey. Freshman year, that was a really, really great team. It's just looking back, I feel like everything's kind of flashing before my eyes, and all the memories that I've had here.
What's the best memory?
I think that's kind of a tough question. We have had so many great memories, whether it was a Rose Bowl or Pac-12 championship. I think one of my favorite ones will always be the Utah game here, 2015. This one also, I think, stands up there in a different way, not for the wins and the loss, but just kind of being able to sit back and just, it's my last time here. It's kind of, I'm trying to cherish it as much as I can and not mope over loss.
First career pick was at Utah here, right?
Yeah. I feel like I do that a lot. I feel like we're always in a pretty good situation, and some things just don't go our way. It hurts, but I'm excited to see this team next year, and I hope that us as seniors, we've taught these guys something, and for them to progress next year. They got some young guys, some young talented people. They got to do something with it.
You'll be a part of it. What confidence do you have that the pieces are in place just to be a quick fix next season?
We lose a lot of guys. We lose a lot of seniors that have, with a lot of experience, that have played a lot of football here, and those pieces are never easy to replace. But I think there's some guys that are in there that are capable of stepping up and playing great football for years to come. But it has to start Monday, to be honest with you. It has to start. It has to pick up, and the sense of urgency needs to click in fast if they want to. I think if they want to have a great year next year.
The biggest thing that was missing this year was that sense of urgency.
I think there was a lot of things missing. It's just tough. It is what it is. Is that, like I said, I don't want to really mope upon this whole season. Just kind of cherish the time that I've had and kind of just enjoy the moment as much as I can.
Did you feel as a senior leader that there were times where you couldn't reach some guys or the message couldn't get sort of around? Even though you were trying to, it just wasn't getting.
Yeah, I think weirdly enough, there's a lot of young guys on this team, and I felt we all felt sometimes like it was tough to reach some of the guys, and it's I think being in Los Angeles, whether you're from here or not, it's a tough place to come in and not with the distractions and stuff, and sometimes you feel like it's whether people will enjoy the game of football or not, and that's what I think we questioned a good portion of the time. But it's I think our team is competitive. It's just we need to see it more.
Given the injuries that occurred on the defense this season, how would you rate the defense as a whole?
As a whole,
this season, how you guys performed?
You want to grade?
No, just how you did it.
I think we were, for the the most part, pretty inconsistent. I thought we played lights out and then played pretty poorly. And I think, it goes back to, the injuries, and that's tough. I think that was when Jordan McMillan went in at safety. I think that was like our eighth or ninth combination of DBs, and that's something you never want to see. And I think, I'm really excited to watch an Isaiah Polamau and Talanoa play next year. I think they're gonna play really well together. But it just kind of felt like everything was against us this year. But I think for some portion of it, we didn't really help ourselves either.
With how inconsistent the offense was this season, how much strain did that put on the defense?
It's tough. We got put in some rough situations where the ball was backed up, or I think you watch some of us. I remember going back to our Rose Bowl year, and it was so much fun to watch our offense, and you felt like it doesn't matter the distance of it. It was third down, and we knew we were going to get it. That's kind of the thing that I felt like, the momentum. That's something that the offense brings that some people, may or may not realize, is how much momentum that they bring to defense. And it's when our offense is clicking. I remember watching the first drive coming out of the half for Arizona State. I remember just being really into it and pumped up and excited, and I felt like they were starting to click, and it's hard when you follow up series with 3 and outs, and especially in college, because you have 20-year-old, 18, 19, 21-year-old. It's not the NFL where it's grown men that are just doing it for a job. So the motivation or the tempo, the momentum coming back towards us is important, and sometimes I feel like we lack that.
So in your opinion, what was missing on the offense this season compared to prior?
That's not a question for me. I think it's sometimes, I think overall with our team, it's sometimes with our offense, with our whole team, sometimes you question the want to and the competitiveness, and I think that's where it's tough to say, but it is what it is, and you can't teach a kid to compete competitive and want to compete, but it's something that you would hope your entire team has. So I think it's. It's just, again, I think it's kind of the will to win and the want to be out there and to play at a really high level and compete and have fun and take things personal. And I think sometimes we lack that, which is really hard to say.
So would you say that buying in was an issue this season for the team as a whole?
Yeah, I think anytime you're 5-7, you question the buy-in. That's the easiest point to look at is how much people really were into it, and I think we just took some key losses on the chin, and looking back at these last 5 games, some games that we should have won, and it is what it is.
So what good things were against you? What point did that kind of set on this year?
Really it's weird, but you think back to Texas, the safety, roughing the punter, that was big, and it just kind of felt like things weren't in our favor, and you look at some of the injuries and some of the things that we had to, some of the adversity we had to face. It's just it's tough for a team to overcome, and I wish that I think we could have still added 3 or 4 more wins to this season, but. It's tough.
As a senior, kind of just looking back on the whole season, you came back, Biggie came back, Porter came back, a lot of you guys came back. To have this sort of season, what's it like looking back on all of that?
I came back to win games, to win a championship. I think that's what people want to do, and you hope that everyone has that same collective idea. I don't regret coming back whatsoever. I thought this was such a beneficial year for me. I think I put some great film on, and I learned a lot. I learned a ton about ball, and I think that I grew up a lot this year. Where I felt like I was mature already. I feel like this is I've taken a big step, and I think I'm ready to play at the next level and to help a team out that whoever takes a chance on me. So I think you look back at it, and for all the guys that came back, I don't think we wasted time. I think we bettered ourselves, and we got better. And I think wins or losses is what it is. But I think I would say all of us are happy we came back.
One more.
You don't have a stake in it in the same way anymore, but a lot of people chanting about your coach or one way or the other about coming back next year. But what do you feel about all that?
I got faith in Coach Helton. I'm excited to see whatever happens with that, but what happens next year as well. I'm excited to see this team grow, and I think that Coach Helton's the right guy for the job, and I hope that I think we talked about that since urgency. It just has to start on Monday, and I'm excited to see where this team goes next year.